Greetings, weary travelers. My name is Sydney, like Australia, and this is my channel. So I need an outfit for a show I am going to see at Woodstock Arts Theatre. They are doing a show you may or may have not heard of called Murder on the Orient Express, hence the title of this video. I have watched the 2017 version of Orient Express, and that's the extent of my knowledge. But hey, I'm always down to see a murder mystery where I know the ending. Makes me feel stable knowing the end, you know? If you don't know much about this show, it is a murder mystery set in the 1930s. I will enlighten you with more details soon, but first, let me show you my vision board that I have for this outfit. The pictures are from the movies that came out in 2017 as well as 1974, I want to say. And then it's got a sprinkle of stage performances throughout the years. So lots of grays and warm tones. I do feel myself gravitating towards the Ray and Aaron Burr photo. I just really like her outfit, and if I am successful in making it, I will wear it. And that is the whole point of these videos. I want to make clothes that I normally wouldn't make and actually wear them afterwards. And vibe with them enough that I like them enough to wear them. Like, wow, you're not going with the usual dress pattern you did in the last two videos? Yep, I'm shaking things up. I am a wild woman doing something I have never done before. I mean, technically I have done it pieces. I have done a bishop sleeve before and it didn't really work out all that well. And I have made a skirt, but not as form-fitting as that one. I usually go for the big flowy-wowy kind. I may or may not have the same fabric as her shirt, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't see me wearing orange. I should probably also mention the reason that you don't see me buy fabric is because I am trying, ever so slowly, to chip away at the fabric I already have. My partner and I made a deal where he can't buy any more Dungeons and Dragons minis until he's painted a good portion of his, and the same goes for my fabric. He has so many minis, and you will see them in this video. And you're only seeing the display ones, not to mention the ones he's got in his studio. Anyway, back on topic. Let's go see what I've got in my stash and see what patterns I've got. So here are the patterns that I'm going to use for this outfit. We've got this one where I'm just going to use the sleeve and not any of this. I just printed it out, so I gotta get to taping soon. And then we've got this one, and I'm just gonna use the skirt on this one. This one I've already done though. This one's already cut out and everything. So we gotta get to this one, and then, yeah. But I'll see you on the other side of this. Hi, so I forgot to film the fabric portion of this, but I'll just let you know that I used a very nice blue that I found, and I think what is some sheer pillowcases that I got at Goodwill. That's what they look like. I don't know what they are for real though. And then I found a skirt, also from Goodwill, in the bottom of my closet. That's not my size. And I just added to that. So, apologies. I've been looking for it all day, and I can't find it. And the fabric's already cut. But hey, a bonus, you get to see my partner's side of the studio. Looks like a freaking game shop. But it's also really cool, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of cool. Anyway, back to the project. For these type of sewing videos, I like to give an in-depth summary of the shade that I'm going to see. What? For these types of sewing videos, I like to give an in-depth summary of the show that I'm going to see while I cut away the fabric. And I'm going to experiment with this video and do some of it face to face. Tell me what you guys think about it. If you prefer the voiceovers, I'm totally for it. But if you want the face to face, I'm also totally for it. So let's dive into this project, shall we? So right now, all I'm doing is making this pattern longer. I think I might add some finesse with it. Possibly. We'll see. This is a sleeve. I don't, can you, no, but like, there's a lot of fabric. Instead, I will be using these. This will be like the shirt portion of it. And then I thought, how fun would it be to have some like sheer kind of, still smells like Goodwill. These will be the sleeves. I have a bunch of these. I think that'll be really fun. Let's get to chopping. So from my extensive research, I have found that this is a murder mystery play. Wait, no, it's a movie. Wait, no. It's a book. It's an autobiography of Gilderoy Lockhart once he grows a beautiful, majestic mustache. Eight suspects, one thrilling ride in the winter of 1934. I know I'm doing the wrong accent, but I'm keeping it. The Orient Express is traveling through Europe, but it is halted by a snowdrift. A man is found dead in his bed. A gasp! A terrible way to start the day, unfortunately. He appears to have been stabbed. The famous Hercules, no. I should have looked this up beforehand. It was a Belgian detective, just happens to be on board. And he is called upon to investigate. But all his fellow travelers are suspicious. We interrupt this wonderful narrative to bring you an update on how the sewing is going. So I have pinned everything. I have yet to sew everything because I am scared. The sleeves look like they were stinking ginormous, but I think it's gonna be okay. But the cuff was supposed to be like from my wrist to like way up in my forearm, like almost to my elbow. So I've shrunken it to be about 3 inches, maybe. Might be 2. I just don't like really big cuffs because my forearms are weird compared to apparently everyone else's. And I added more than whatever I said previously about, I don't know what I said, 2 inches to the skirt. I added a heck of a lot more. That's on both sides. So this is probably gonna be really big, but I'm just gonna put some darts in it. I don't know if that'll work, but we're gonna see. If not, I'll just put elastic in the waistband and call it a night. Took this back piece. I took this back piece of the pattern and I just basically copy and pasted it onto black fabric and then cut it in half. And that's where the side pieces are. If that makes sense. You will make it in the world of sewing. Verbal instructions of sewing do not work. Let's dive into how this book became a play. Because I, for one, am interested. The book has been around since 1934, which is also the time period that it takes place in the book. Let's see what it takes to make a novel into a stage play. At the beginning of 1934, Agatha Christie had her book Murder on the Orient Express published, featuring the Belgian detective Hercule Poirot. Ken Ludwig then took the book and adapted it into a play that premiered on the McCarter Theatre Center in March of 2017. We're coming up on the anniversary, y'all. But before it got its spotlight on stage, it started as a phone call from the company Agatha Christie Limited. They called Ken Ludwig's agent and asked if he would adapt one of Agatha's novels for stage. After he agreed, Ludwig was then put in contact with Matthew Pritchard, the man running the company, and also Agatha's grandson. He then let Ludwig pick which novels to adapt, and Ludwig chose Orient Express because it had a lot of things, but mainly because its story had hints of a real historical event, the Lindenberg baby, which dominated the news at the time of this novel's release. And in the play, Ludwig was able to also cast a glance at the rise of Hitler. It was subtle, but a very powerful implication for Poirot's central dilemma. The director of the production I'm going to see in Woodstock, Joseph Argo, informs the audience of the reason for doing this show right now. He says that Woodstock, Georgia was quite literally built on a railroad industry, and it still has its railroad tracks covering downtown today, so he's hoping the people of good old Woodstock will resonate with it. And because it's kind of hard times for us right now, we're just getting out of a pandemic, so we really need a good show about a Belgian detective with a great mustache. And I agree. That's what Squidward feels like? That is what I needed. That is what my mind and my body was calling for. A good murder mystery with a thick plot and a Snickers bar. And as a bonus, a amazing set that was a single car, train car, that freaking turned all the way around. It was huge. It took up the whole stage. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be staged, but I rather enjoyed it. And then, like, with the characters that were standing on one side, they would plant their feet and either move in like small movements or whatever while the whole thing was turning, and the lights were just like hitting them just right. And then they to finish the turn, boom, done, gone. It's amazing. Round of applause to Andrew Neil for lights and being one hell of a conductor. And Zach Stoles for an amazing set design. Actually, I found out that Ashley Hartwig, who played Paul I found out at the opening night party that this was her first leading role. And I have to say, like, you go, hun. That was well done. I feel like this character doesn't give you a lot of maybe facial features or things to do with your body, but she nailed it. With the body language and the slight eye roll or a quick head turn, there was a lot of personality without being over the top like Miss Hubbard, or I think that's her name, the Broadway star. She was also just very entertaining to watch, even when her character wasn't even saying anything. Now, I haven't read the script to see what changes they've made, if any, but this show has a lot of ups and downs. It's like riding a roller coaster. You got kind of dark stuff with the topic of murder, and then you've got funny with McQueen's flirting, and then you've got serious with all the clue finding, and then you've got funny again with the battle of wits between Miss Hubbard, with the battle of wits between Miss Hubbard and the princess. These actors made it possible for me to keep up. Can I remember anyone's names? No, absolutely not. And that's okay. The plot was able to progress with the help of costumes by Cindy Flander, but I would also love to point out the woman who played Miss Hubbard. She's the character that has like a lot of divorces under her belt, and also you find out later is a Broadway star. The actress, Holly Payton, has been the topic of every conversation I have had with my mother since I took her to see the show. I want to be her friend. She's so fun. We get along swimmingly. I have yet to receive an answer to the question, the actress or the character? She was definitely a very fun character to watch in body language and in script. She was able to connect with her fellow actors when saying her lines. She wasn't just throwing them out into the void hoping someone would catch them, but she was actually connecting, and it was like watching a ball of catch, where she would throw her line, someone would catch it and receive it, and that's really great. But now, to review the outfit. I love these sleeves! I had an interesting time with this one. I know it's not like anything I was picturing at the beginning of this process. I had to switch fabrics once I knew how big they don't look it, but they're huge! These sleeves are ginormous. And the cuff is a bit big. I sewed this one together, but I didn't have time to get to this one, but yeah. It's safety pinned for now. Just because it was just so big, and I was just walking around like little sweater paws, but that's not what I wanted. I still love this stinking shirt. It's one of the coolest things I've made, and it's something I can wear out and about and not look like I'm cosplaying. And I know it doesn't look like it's from the 1930s, but I honestly don't care. Sleeves! They're amazing! But the skirt, it's got a big old safety pin in the back. Because it's big. I ran out of time before opening night to really finish this skirt up. So I didn't get to a lot of things. Like possibly the waistband. I don't think you could tell. I had to wear a thicker belt for opening night because I feared that someone would see it. But besides that, once I get everything fixed on it, I could see myself wearing this, which is really nice. Feels nice to add things to my closet that I didn't have to pay for in money. I mainly do these videos because I absolutely love theater. I love learning about it. I love being a part of it. even if that is an audience member, and I love sharing it with you all because hopefully it motivates you to go and watch some theaters in your local area. Live theater is just such a wonderful experience, and I urge you to look up your local theaters and see what they have going on. I know most theaters in my area have like a college night or a discount night, or you can even volunteer to be an usher and you might be able to see the show that way. So just go and just have a really good time. And if you just so happen to live in the Woodstock area, check out Woodstock Arts Theater and see their current production of Orient Express. And if you can't make it, or you're seeing this video after the production has ended, go to their website. They got tons of stuff going on. And the cool thing is about Woodstock Arts is that they also, on some shows, offer a sensory sensitivity show, which I really appreciate, and I know others will as well. If you just so happen to also like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. I upload on pretty much what it feels like every Friday, but it might not to you. Thank you so much for sticking around this far, and I will see you in my next video. Wee.